Okay, today I'm just going to go over some cool new things that we've recently added, and then show a couple ways to create different floor plans. This is what I'm going to go over real quick. So we've been working the last couple weeks on redoing a couple things and improving a couple things here. So I'll show some new fast fold screens that we've added that kind of match our drapery, so it just looks a little better. Some new lighting fixtures and options that will definitely enhance the lighting options that you have within the program. Some new updates with adding pillars and different custom things to the custom room option that we have. Some bug fixes that had to deal with classroom seating not being correctly placed and some problems with that, as well as some default snapping issues that we had where sometimes potentially people were logging in and their default setting over here was large or really small, and that was causing some confusion. And then I want to go over some ways that you can create floor plans. So if you let's say you don't want to create a rendering, you just don't need to create a rendering for a specific project. There's numerous ways that you can create just a floor plan to see where everything fits. And there's 3 different ways basically on how to do that. The first would be your basic way. That's going to be like kind of your speedy, really quick way to do it. And then you have a custom option as well as a pre-made floor plan option. So I'll go through each one of those. So I'll just show you these new options first. So let's see here, new fast fold screens. So let me actually add some lighting in here first. Just throw some light in here and change this to like a white. So I'll just drag this over here and duplicate this one, bring it over here. So basically we improve the drapery around the screen. So if we change the size of this, we just have some new options here. We also changed the materials as well. So if I change this to like a gray, you can see there's a little more texture to them. So overall, just an enhanced look, more realistic look than what we had before. And if you wanted to, let's say, add some drape behind, let's do backdrop, some drape behind, and then say match the color of the screen. You're just going to click the screen and then shift click the drape behind it, and then adjust the color. As you can see, it really blends pretty well in there. So that's that. And then if I wanted to do these 2 as well, let's just adjust those ones. Okay, so some lighting options, excuse me. Let me delete these. So I have a fairly dark room here. I'm going to go over to lighting. So we have this new moving light option, which is kind of a wash light, but also a moving light. And so if I add this in here, and let's say I move it up to this truss right here, I can change the width and let you know how many lights and all that there are in there, but I'll just leave that as is and move it up there. So I have a few options here now. So up here I have still the aim light option. So now you can aim all of the lights at once by clicking this button and just moving around. You can see all of the lights are going to move to wherever your mouse is. So this is a really nice option now with all the lights being able to move at once. Let me increase the light a little bit here. And then we have a pan lights option. So now I can pan all of the lights at once, and you'll notice that the only the arm of the light is moving there. And then if I do the tilt, only the yoke of the light is moving there. So that's an improved option there that you have. Let me replace this with these lights. So now I have the moving light that we previously had in here. And if I do the same thing, increase the light a little bit here, I'll tilt them out so you can see it a little better. So you can see I'm tilting and panning there. And if I increase, or if I turn on the haze here, it might be a little easier to see some of this. And I'll turn this a little lower, increase the light a little bit. Maybe change the color. Okay, so I have these lights here. I can now pan them around. I can use this fanning option to basically fan them out and in, so I get some really cool effects there. And then, so you have basically a lot more options with this. If I want to pan them in, maybe change the light here, or the gobo. So yeah, definitely some cool options there that you can add a lot of, have a lot of fun with that way. Okay, so that is that. This again works with aim, so I can aim all the lights here. Or if I had Lecos set up there, I could do the same thing with that. Let's do this for now, I'll leave it here. Okay, the next thing, we're just adding pillars. So I have a custom room that I added in here. If I go to edit rooms and then decor, I can add in some pillars if I wanted to. So I can Maybe if I go to my top view, I can add them in wherever I want. I can actually add an image to them so you can get them to look exactly the way you need to. And you can scale the image as well. You can scale the size of the pillar as well. And then lastly, you can attach the pillars to the walls if you want to do that as well. And then just move them as you need. Cool. Okay, so those are some new options with the custom room. And then I think I kind of already went over the bug fixes, which basically had to do with these types of tables just not saving correctly, basically, and not looking quite right. So all that should be fixed now. Yeah, so we'll go over some basic floor plan, custom floor plan, and pre-made floor plan options here. So what I would want to do, let's say if I wanted to create a quick basic floor plan, let me remove some of this just for now. Actually, I'll just remove all the seating so it's a little easier to see things. So I'm going to go to new and I'm going to go to basic. And then if you have a floor plan, let's say that's 150 feet by 100 feet, we'll just say it's that. So what you're going to do is you're going to add the floor plan here. I'm going to go at floor plan there, and then I'm basically just going to add an image, upload an image. And from here, what you would do, okay, so from here, what I would do is hit floor plan and then add an image. I'm just going to add image that I already have up here. And then once I add the image, you're going to see it like this. And so it doesn't fit quite right. So basically you created a room that is 150 feet wide. So if I drag over this, it's 150 feet wide that way. But your walls probably are not fitting that, right? So either if you click on this floor plan button here, or if you click on this icon there at the top, you're going to be able to stretch the floor plan by moving it this way. So I'm going to move it, and we'll say that this wall right here is 150 feet. So now I'm just going to move that, stretch it out, and we'll say that this is 100 feet as well. So I'm going to move that there and then move this down. So it's pretty much exactly there. You can always fine tune these numbers if you need to. All right, but now I have exactly 100 feet by 150 feet. So now if I add things, start adding things in, if I add my stage, basically this floor plan should work to scale. So you can see where everything's going to fit. And from here, you can just add all of your scenery or, objects in the room, seating, whatever you need, and start kind of populating the room with things. And then from there, you can go in and create a rendering from here. You can also change the color options as well. If you want like a white and black look or a colored look, you can do all that from there. Okay, so for a second option, what you're going to do is go to new room and go to custom. And then it's going to ask you if you want to add a floor plan to draw on top of. You'll say yes. And from here, again, you're going to say what this is asking you differently. They want to know, or we want to know how the resolution of the image that you're using. So say it's a 1500 pixels wide by 1200 pixels high. And we'll say the width of the room in feet is 150 feet. And to find this pixels of your image, you can typically just find that in your Explorer like Finder window to be able to find that. All right, so from here, it's going to ask me to scale the whole image so that the image, or the wall rather, fits fits that red arrow there. So the red arrow is 150 feet. So now we actually just want to scale this image up to fit that. And it looks like I'll need to scale it and then move it over this way. Cool, so something like that. And then I'll just hit enter, and then it's just gonna say when you're ready, hit ready. So I'm ready. And now I just need to trace these walls. So I'm just gonna do this. And I'm just gonna skip through this really quick. Okay, so now I actually have drawn out walls. So from here, I could, again, just add things as I need to, and then I'll actually have the 3D sort of model of it as well. So I can go in here, I have these, the walls kind of created in 3D, and from here you could go to your ceiling, you could change the ceiling. So you could do a lot more with this option. You change all the walls to something specific. You could change you could add doors, windows, decor, and so on. Change the room height and the room lighting. Okay. But basically, that's just the second way to create a floor plan. So you kind of get the same thing, except you get some extra walls there. And from here, I could move the room around. You could even add another room if you wanted to as well. Okay, and the last option that I'll show is just to get a pre-made room created. So we often will create rooms for people that need it, and so that's just done by request. Usually takes about a week or so. And yeah, from there we would just add the room in like this. And let me see here. And when we create these rooms, we'll add a floor plan on them. So you can see all you need to do at that point is just drag in the room, and then the floor plan is already created there. The room's already to scale. And then you also have the whole room already created. So you don't really have to do too much at all in this regard. So at this point, you're just adding things to the room. Cool, and that's it. Definitely let me know if you have any questions or anything like that, and we will see you next time.